Hello, and welcome to another video. Here are the last matches that I played of Concealment. I did split these up just because I thought that the video would be a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I didn't have as much to talk about then. Now, we do have the stream announcement. It's going to be on the 8th, I believe. So we're not too far away, another 3 days from now. I'm kind of excited for that. At the same time, I know that it's not really going to be that much. Once it's out of the way, I do have some plans to kind of like redo a lot of the guides. As 7.7 will probably last quite a while, and there probably won't be any balance changes in 7.7, but just in case there is, that should be a pleasant surprise. Though I do highly doubt it, and don't get too excited by me talking about it. But let's say there's, obviously not, I'll feel some peace of mind of actually making and redoing those guides. Since I do know a little bit more about editing, I will try to spend a lot more time on it and changing the format to make it more comprehensive and more easy to follow. Along with that, with the audio as well. Anyway, if you are interested in a certain guide first, let me know. I'll probably attack Advanced Prototype and then also Tactics Vanguard first. I'll do one for each mute spec, just to make it a little bit more concise. Other than that too, I was also thinking about redoing a tier list. I think my tier list still holds up great. However, my audio is a little messed up on that. I had my previous filter and my OBS filter going on the same time, and I didn't realize that. So Yeti has like a Logitech hub kind of like filter that was enabled by default after an update. I didn't realize that, so it's kind of like I got two overlays on the same time. So obviously, don't spend 4 hours yapping with that. I'll make that video a lot better. I'll try to do it like one by one. Take a lot longer to get it out, but at the very least, I'll have that. I do want to tackle the Arena one too as well. Mostly because I do want to say some things about Concealment, honestly. I really don't think it's that bad. The biggest issue of Concealment is that it's very easy to be kited. Things like Sorcerer are a good counter against it. A lot better than what they used to be. Death Brand is like the easiest anti-melee ability in the game. And then on top of that, Overload's just really good. Roots are the enemy of Operative in general. So it is a weird situation. For the it's not really even like skill, it's more so just the knowledge gap that a lot of people have in the game now. It isn't because players are good that Concealment is doing well. I'll leave it at that, if that makes sense. But other than that, the damage reduction on it is very good. And if you ever run into a composition that wants to brawl or has to be closer to you, Concealment will get to shine a lot more. But if they have to stay at range, you're definitely going to struggle a little bit more. Other than that, this is a random match where it started out as 3v3 and then we got a 4v4. That was pretty interesting. I wanted to add that in the last video, but unfortunately, that's not what happened. The match would, or not match, but the video would have gone longer than I had stuff to talk about. So with that out of the way, also want to talk about some other things when it comes to content. I know 7.7 probably won't really have anything useful for me. I am trying to maybe push out some more gearing. I guess you could say, like, I'm getting the 344 gear, and then I kind of want to potentially even start parsing again. I did take several parses last expansion at the end of it for APPT. This expansion on PTS before I made my Fury guide, I actually did take the #1 parse. Obviously that was on PTS, but still completely valid. But yeah, going forward, I might go through that, and that might be something I want to talk about too. Outside of that, it's like sharing parses and whatnot, and it'd be a cool thing to have be a little bit more competitive than what it currently is, because it's not It's not anywhere near as competitive as it used to be. And then kind of explain like what's a edited parse log. There's quite a few of them actually up over the years, and there's currently one that is pretty interesting. I'm not really sure why they did that. As far as I know, they don't remove them, so if you ever do that and post it, it's pretty much just like immortalizing your scumminess, which is interesting. But regardless, sometimes there are some bugs that actually happen, and that's reasonable as well, but typically probably should avoid uploading those, because that's usually how all of the classes end up getting nerfed. For example, Fury was parsing more via clicking off their Berserk buff so they could get Fury regen a lot sooner, so they could then get their auto crit back again, and also a lot of rage once again. Probably if people didn't do that, Fury probably wouldn't have gotten over nerfed. It is way too weak for a pretty much glass cannon. It sucks to miss that that stun grenade. Honestly, I should get used to it, like actually dropping it, but at the same time, you know, when people have a lot of latency, or if I go from high alacrity to low alacrity, those abilities actually just seem to go off a lot faster than what I'm used to. Since I've been playing mostly high alacrity concealment, it is a little awkward trying to play with low. Then also, if you guys have any questions about concealment, like I know it'll be a little bit before I decide to release like a ranking for like Arena or like a tier list, just in general. I wouldn't say concealment is like super high up there. I would just say it's about the middle of the pack. It's definitely not near the bottom, as I once thought. The DR talent is a lot easier to maintain. It lasts for 10 seconds. So, and the damage loss isn't that bad if you actually know how to do the parse rotation for concealment, so you're not really losing that much. And then when you're swapping out implants, you're mainly going for second wind over stimulated. There's also times where I'll just go the critical one instead. I highly recommend the critical one anytime that you notice that your crit RNG is kind of bad. Like if you feel like you're just never critting, highly recommend the crit one. On top of that, sometimes it can just be a flat out better damage increase. It's really up in the air. I think the crit one is actually better, but pretty sure I'm using stimulated here, so. Or no, actually I think I am using the crit one here. But yeah, usually always the crit one and lock and loaded. However, stimulated is not a bad choice. And typically my choice of swapping out, especially if I'm running high alacrity, is the 5% damage one. Like I'll actually swap that one out over the crit one, because you need that crit so bad. And for like low alacrity, like what I'm playing right now, I'd probably swap out the crit one for the 5, or over the 5%, and keep the 5%. I think it probably performs a little bit better, but it's hard to tell. I haven't played it enough with low alacrity to actually get a good feel for that, but as I play it more, I will be able to give you guys more information on that. Obviously, I'll probably make a guide on concealment as well. Anyway, yeah, I don't post as much lately, just because, you know, between work and just being bored with SWTOR lately, just don't have much reason. And a lot of the matches are also such a landslide one way or the other that I don't really find it enjoyable to watch or play. I don't want to post a match where people are intentionally just not taking heals, even though they're still standing in the pre-made. It's very fun. It's just like you could have a competitive match, but you're intentionally making it not competitive. Kind of makes it for a boring queue. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you guys again soon.